The morning begins slowly in the village. The sun rises over the hills to the east, touching the tops of the olive trees first. The light is soft and golden. It spreads gradually across the landscape, reaching down into the valley where the houses stand. There is no hurry. The day will unfold in its own time. You wake in your small stone house. The walls are thick and cool, built from blocks of limestone fitted carefully together. The floor is packed earth, smooth from years of footsteps. A single window, high in the wall, lets in a rectangle of morning light. The air smells faintly of smoke from last night's cooking fire. You rise from your sleeping pallet. The woven mat is thin but comfortable. A wool blanket lies folded beside it. You stretch slowly, feeling your body wake. There is no rush. The work of the day will come when it comes. For now, there is only the gentle beginning, the quiet transition from sleep to waking. You step outside into the courtyard. The space is small and enclosed, surrounded by the walls of your house and those of your neighbours. A few clay pots sit in the corner, holding water brought up from the well. A wooden table stands near the door, its surface worn smooth by use. Everything here is simple and necessary. The air is cool still. The heat of the day has not yet arrived. You can hear the sounds of the village beginning to stir. A rooster calls out, announcing the dawn. Somewhere nearby, a child laughs. The sound is bright and pure, quickly fading. A door opens and closes. Footsteps move along the narrow path between the houses. You walk to the well at the centre of the village. The path is hard-packed dirt, lined on both sides by stone walls. The houses here are built close together, their walls sharing common sides. Each home opens onto the path or onto a small courtyard. There are no grand buildings, no elaborate decorations. Everything is functional and plain. Other villagers are already at the well. They greet you quietly, their voices still soft with sleep. A woman draws water, the rope creaking as the bucket descends and then rises again, heavy and dripping. She pours the water into a large clay vessel balanced on her shoulder. She nods to you and walks away, her steps steady and sure despite the weight. You lower your own bucket into the well. It hits the water with a soft splash. You pull it up, hand over hand, the rope rough against your palms. The water is cool and clear. You drink from a wooden cup, then fill your vessel. The water is the heart of the village. Without it, there would be nothing. But the well has never run dry, not in anyone's memory. Walking back to your house, you pass the olive grove at the edge of the village. The trees are old, their trunks thick and twisted, their bark rough and grey. The leaves are silver green, shimmering slightly in the morning breeze. These trees have stood here for generations. Your grandfather's grandfather might have walked among them. They grow slowly, living for centuries, giving their fruit and oil year after year. In the spring, the trees bloom with tiny white flowers. In the autumn, the olives are harvested, picked carefully by hand or shaken from the branches onto cloths spread beneath. The olives are pressed for their oil, which is stored in large clay jars. The oil is used for cooking, for lamps, for anointing the body. It is precious and abundant at once. You return to your courtyard and begin the simple tasks of the morning. You kindle a small fire in the clay hearth, adding dried twigs until the flames catch and grow. You set a pot of water to heat. The smoke rises straight up in the still air, a thin column that disperses as it climbs. For breakfast, there is bread from yesterday, still good. You tear off a piece and dip it in olive oil, sprinkling a little salt on top. The bread is coarse and hearty, made from barley flour. The oil is smooth and rich, tasting of the earth and the sun. This simple meal is enough. It fills you and gives you strength for the work ahead. The day grows warmer. The sun climbs higher, its light brightening from gold to white. You walk out to the fields that surround the village. They are small plots, carefully tended. Some are planted with grain, the young shoots green and promising. Others hold grapevines, trained along low wooden frames. Still others are vegetable gardens, where onions and beans and lentils grow. The work in the fields is steady and rhythmic. You might hoe between the rows, loosening the soil and removing weeds. Or you might check the irrigation channels, making sure water flows where it is needed. The movements are repetitive, but not tedious. Your mind is free to wander. You think of nothing in particular. The sun warms your back. Your hands know what to do without thought. Other villagers work in the nearby fields. You can see them, bent to their tasks. Sometimes someone calls out a greeting or a question. The sound carries across the open space, clear and friendly. But mostly there is silence, or the soft sounds of work, the scrape of a hoe, the rustle of leaves, the buzz of insects in the warm air. By midday, the heat is strong. You stop working and find shade beneath an olive tree. You sit with your back against the trunk, grateful for the coolness. You eat a little more bread, a handful of olives, a piece of cheese wrapped in cloth. The cheese is made from goat's milk, sharp and satisfying. You drink water from a leather flask, lukewarm but refreshing. The rest period stretches out. There is no point in working through the hottest part of the day. Better to wait, to conserve energy. You close your eyes and listen to the world around you. The cicadas are singing, a high, steady drone that fills the air. A breeze moves through the olive branches, making them whisper. Your breathing slows. Perhaps you doze a little, suspended between waking and sleeping. When you open your eyes again, the sun has moved west. The heat is less intense. The day is beginning its slow descent toward evening. You rise and return to your work, but without urgency. There is always tomorrow. The fields will still be here. The work will still be here. Nothing is so pressing that it cannot wait. In the late afternoon, you walk back to the village. The paths are busier now. People are finishing their work, returning home, preparing for the evening meal. Children run between the houses, playing games whose rules you remember from your own childhood. Their voices rise and fall, laughter and shouts blending together. An old man sits on a bench outside his door, his face weathered and calm. He nods to you as you pass. He has lived here all his life, as his parents did before him, as their parents did before them. The village is not large. Everyone knows everyone. There are no strangers here. You arrive at your courtyard and add wood to the fire, building it up for cooking. The flames grow, crackling and bright. You set a pot over the fire and add water, then lentils and a little oil. The pot begins to steam, filling the air with a warm, savoury smell. You stir occasionally, adding herbs you dried last summer, oregano and thyme, picked from the hillside where they grow wild. As the food cooks, you sit on the wooden bench by your door. The light is changing now, softening and growing golden. The shadows lengthen. The day is winding down. You feel the quiet satisfaction of work done, of a day lived simply and fully. A neighbour passes by, and you exchange a few words. The conversation is easy and unhurried. You speak of the weather, the crops, small matters of daily life. There is no need to fill the silence with words. Sometimes you sit together without speaking, comfortable in each other's presence. After a while, the neighbour continues on, and you are alone again. The food is ready. You ladle it into a clay bowl and eat slowly, tearing bread to dip into the thick stew. The lentils are soft and flavourful, the bread substantial. It is a simple meal, but it nourishes completely. You eat until you are satisfied, then set the bowl aside. The sun is setting now. The sky in the west is streaked with orange and pink. The hills turn dark against the bright horizon. The air begins to cool. You can feel the change, subtle but definite. The heat of the day is releasing its grip. The night is approaching, bringing relief and rest. You walk through the village as the light fades. Lamps are being lit in the houses, small flames flickering behind windows and doorways. The light is warm and inviting. Smoke rises from cooking fires, the smell of food mingling with the evening air. At the edge of the village, there is a small shrine, a simple stone structure open to the sky. Inside, a statue stands on a pedestal, worn smooth by weather and time. Someone has left an offering, a few flowers laid at the base. You pause here for a moment, saying a quiet prayer, or simply acknowledging the presence of something greater than yourself. Then you continue on. The path leads upward, out of the village toward the hillside. You walk slowly, your sandals scuffing against the rocky ground. The slope is gentle. Scrub bushes and wild herbs grow on either side. The smell of thyme is strong here, released by the warmth of the day. At the top of the hill you stop and look back. The village spreads out below you, small and contained. The houses are dark shapes now, with points of lamplight showing here and there. Beyond the village the fields stretch out, divided into irregular patches. Beyond the fields, the land rises to more hills, layered against the darkening sky. This is your world. The village, the fields, the hills. You know every path, every tree, every stone wall. You were born here. You will likely die here. But there is no sense of confinement in this. The world is large enough. It contains everything you need. The first stars appear, faint points of light in the deepening blue. The sky overhead is still luminous, but darkness is gathering at the horizon. The transition is gradual and peaceful, day becoming night, as it has always become night, as it will always become. You walk back down to the village. The paths are familiar even in the dim light. You know where to step, where the ground is uneven, where stones jut up. Your feet find the way without conscious thought. Back in your courtyard, you bank the fire, covering the coals so they will stay alive until morning. You pour water over your hands and face, washing away the dust of the day. The water is cool and refreshing. You dry yourself with a cloth and feel clean and ready for sleep. Inside your house, you light a small oil lamp. The flame is tiny, but bright enough to see by. The walls seem to lean in, protective and close. You unroll your sleeping mat and spread the blanket over it. The familiar smell of wool, slightly oily, rises up. It is the smell of home and safety. You lie down, pulling the blanket over yourself. The mat is comfortable beneath you, the earth solid and cool. Through the high window, you can see a rectangle of night sky. Stars are visible there, more now than before. They are steady and unchanging, the same stars your ancestors watched, the same stars your children will watch. You think of the day that has passed, the morning at the well, the work in the fields, the rest beneath the olive tree, the simple evening meal. Nothing extraordinary happened, nothing needed to. The day was enough as it was, full in its simplicity. Tomorrow will be much the same. You will wake with the sun. You will draw water and eat bread and work in the fields. You will rest in the heat of the day and return in the evening. The rhythm will continue day after day, season after season, and there is comfort in that rhythm, in the reliability of it. The village is quiet now. The conversations have ended. The children have been put to bed. The lamps are being extinguished, one by one. Darkness settles over the houses and the paths and the olive groves. But it is not a frightening darkness. It is soft and familiar, the darkness that brings rest. You close your eyes. The sounds of the night are very small. the occasional bark of a dog in the distance, the chirp of crickets in the courtyard, your own breathing, steady and slow. These sounds blend together into a gentle blanket of noise, soothing and constant. Your body relaxes completely. The tension of the day drains away. Your muscles soften. Your thoughts begin to drift, becoming less focused, more dreamlike. Images through your mind. The olive grove in morning light, the shimmer of heat over the fields, the glow of the sunset sky. But even these images fade. You sink deeper into rest. The world outside continues without you. The stars move across the sky. The cool air settles into the valley. The village sleeps, all of its people resting in their stone houses, safe and still. And you are part of that stillness. You are held by the earth beneath you and the walls around you. You are cradled by the rhythm of the village, the ancient pattern of waking and working and sleeping. You belong here. You are home. The night deepens. Sleep comes gently, like a tide rising. It lifts you and carries you away from waking. You do not resist. There is nothing to resist. Sleep is natural and necessary, as natural as the sunrise, as necessary as water. Your breathing slows further. The space between each breath lengthens. You are barely aware now. The boundary between yourself and sleep has dissolved. You are crossing over, moving into the deep rest that the body needs and the mind welcomes. In your sleep, you might dream of the village, of walking the familiar paths, of working in the fields under the warm sun, of sitting with neighbours in the evening, talking quietly as the light fades. Or you might dream of nothing at all, just the deep, empty darkness of true rest. Either way, you are safe. The night watches over you. The village surrounds you. The rhythm continues, steady and sure. And you are part of it, woven into the fabric of this place, this life, this moment. The hours pass. The moon rises, though you do not see it. It casts its silver light over the village, over the olive groves, over the fields. Everything is peaceful and still. Nothing stirs except the gentle breeze and the night creatures going about their quiet business. and through it all, you sleep deeply and completely. Your body repairs itself. Your mind sorts through the day, filing away what is important, releasing what is not. The process happens without effort, without awareness. It is the work of sleep, and sleep knows what to do. The night is long and kind. It gives you all the time you need. There is no hurry, no pressure. Sleep until you are ready to wake. Rest until you are fully restored. The morning will come when it comes. For now, there is only this: the deep quiet, the profound rest, the gentle embrace of sleep. All is well in the village. All is well in the world. The rhythm continues. The earth turns. The stars shine. And you rest, peaceful and still, held safely in the heart of the night. Sleep now. Sleep deeply. Let the village hold you. Let the night keep you. Let rest come completely, like rain soaking into the earth, gentle and thorough and good. Everything is as it should be. Everything is well. The day is done. The work is finished. And now there is only sleep, pure and simple and deep. Rest completely. Rest well. Rest in the knowledge that morning will come, that the rhythm will continue, that you are part of something larger and more enduring than any single day. The village sleeps. The hills stand silent. And you, in your stone house, in your familiar place, drift deeper into the peaceful darkness of sleep. All is quiet. All is calm. All is rest. Claude is AI and can make mistakes. Please double-check responses.